What if I told you that the real reason you're not unforgettable isn't because of how you look or what you say? It's because you're too predictable, too available, and worst of all, too easy to replace. When people can't stop thinking about you, they crave your presence, but they can never quite have enough of you. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 Stoic skills that make you not just memorable, but irresistible. These aren't your run-of-the-mill tips. These are the same strategies that ancient warriors and philosophers used to command respect and dominate their relationships. Whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or even an enemy, you're about to learn how to make them obsess over you. And if you're serious about leveling up your life, hit subscribe or join our channel membership to support us. Because trust me, we're about to drop the kind of content that'll make you rethink everything you know about power and control. Stoicism isn't just some ancient philosophy that you read about in textbooks. It's the ultimate power move in modern life. In today's world, most people are slaves to their emotions. They react impulsively. They let fear, anger, and jealousy control them, and then wonder why they can't hold on to meaningful relationships. But the men who understand Stoic philosophy know better. They know that controlling your emotions is the first step to controlling everything else in your life. The Stoics believed that you could shape the world around you simply by mastering your inner self. That's what I'm about to teach you today. Whether you're trying to become unforgettable to a partner, respected by your peers, or even feared by your competition, these 10 skills will put you in a league of your own. Number 1. Self-control. In today's world, most men are weak. They react emotionally to everything, whether it's their boss criticizing them or their girl pushing their buttons. This kind of behavior makes you forgettable. The truth? Women, and people in general, don't respect emotional instability. They respect a man who can control himself. Self-control is your ultimate weapon. Imagine you're in the middle of a heated argument with your girlfriend. She's testing you, pushing every button she can. Most guys would fold, get emotional, or even worse, beg for forgiveness. But not you. You keep your cool. You don't raise your voice. You don't lose your temper. You maintain your composure. This isn't just about being calm for the sake of it. It's about power. The less reactive you are, the more control you have over any situation. And trust me, that kind of control is rare. You're not like other men. You don't chase validation. You don't crumble under pressure. Instead, you thrive in it. Women are naturally drawn to men who can handle stress without losing their cool. It's attractive. It's dominant. And best of all, it makes you unforgettable. Be the guy who's unshakable and watch how people start craving your presence. Number 2, emotional intelligence. Here's where most men completely miss the mark. They think power is all about dominance, about showing force. But here's the truth. The real power comes from understanding. Emotional intelligence is about reading people, not just what they say, but how they feel, what they really mean beneath the surface. And if you can tap into that, you control the situation. Most guys barrel through conversations, desperate to get their point across, never realizing that the secret to winning any interaction is making the other person feel understood. Let's say you're on a date. You've probably been told to impress her, to talk about yourself, your achievements, to dominate the conversation, right? Wrong. The guy who wins is the one who listens. When you listen, really listen, and reflect back her emotions, you become the one person in her life who truly understands her. And trust me, she will not forget that. People forget words, but they never forget how someone made them feel. The guy who makes her feel heard, that's the guy she'll be thinking about long after the date is over. Emotional intelligence isn't just about relationships with women. It applies everywhere. In business, with friends, in your family, being the person who understands others, who sees beneath the surface, makes you powerful. You'll become the person everyone comes to for advice, the person they can't stop thinking about. You're not just being a good listener, you're learning to manipulate the situation. When you understand what someone truly wants, you can influence their decisions without ever having to force them. That's real power. The power to be subtle, to control the direction of any interaction without being obvious. Number 3. Strategic withdrawal. Most guys think that if they just give more, if they're always available, they'll win someone over. But here's the cold, hard truth. The more available you are, the less valuable you become. People don't crave what's always there. They crave scarcity. If you want to make someone think about you non-stop, you have to master the art of strategic withdrawal. Stop being the guy who responds immediately. Stop being the one who's always texting, always available. Pull back, create mystery, make them wonder. The moment you stop being there all the time is the moment they'll start thinking about you more than ever before. Think about it like this. When something is always around, it becomes predictable and loses its allure. People, especially in relationships, start taking you for granted. You become the background noise. But when you withdraw, when you let them experience your absence, they start to feel that void, and that's when they begin to crave you. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding basic human psychology. People want what they can't have or what they can't fully control. Seneca put it perfectly. To make them miss you, you must give them the gift of your absence. When you're too accessible, you lose that power. Create scarcity and suddenly you're the one they're thinking about constantly. In today's world of instant gratification, becoming unavailable is the most powerful move you can make. Number 4. Rational decision-making. Let me ask you something. How many times have you seen a man lose control because he let his emotions guide his decisions? Too many, right? Here's the hard truth. Men who lead with emotion are weak, and society knows it. Rational decision-making isn't just about being calm, it's about being unshakable. It's about being the man that others, including women, can depend on. Picture this. Your relationship is falling apart. Your partner is emotional, demanding, and unpredictable. Most guys would try to fix it right there and then, saying anything to calm her down, or worse, begging, but not you. You sit back, assess the situation, and respond with logic. Instead of fueling the emotional fire, you become the anchor, the only steady force in her chaotic world. She won't tell you this, but deep down, she craves that strength. Here's where it gets even better. The moment you stop reacting emotionally, you become incredibly rare. In today's world, everyone is losing their cool over something. Politics, relationships, work. But when you're the man who makes rational decisions, you separate yourself from the crowd. Whether you're in a relationship or at work, people will look to you when things fall apart. Women respect men who don't break down emotionally. They might say they want you to open up, to be vulnerable. But the truth is, they want a man who can handle things when they can't. So, next time you're faced with a crisis, take a step back, breathe, and respond with logic. In that moment, you won't just be memorable, you'll be irreplaceable. Number 5. Resilience. Life is going to knock you down. Whether it's a brutal breakup, getting fired from a job, or failing at something you've worked hard for, it's not a matter of if these things will happen, but when. But here's the thing. 90% of men stay down when life hits them. They crumble, they get emotional, they feel sorry for themselves. And what does that get them? Nothing. No respect, no attention, nothing. But the real power move, it's bouncing back, fast, hard, stronger than ever before. Let me hit you with this. Your ex should regret ever leaving you. When she scrolls through her social media and sees you thriving, getting in shape, leveling up in your career, and living your best life without her, she should feel like she lost the best thing that ever happened to her. Your success is the best form of revenge, and it's what makes you unforgettable. You see, most guys turn into emotional wrecks after a breakup, texting their ex at 2 a.m., hoping for a second chance. But you're different. You use the pain as fuel. Here's the harsh truth. Women don't respect weakness. If you crumble and beg after a breakup, you're only proving to her that she made the right decision. But if you show her, and everyone else, that nothing can stop you, that you come back even stronger, that's when they start regretting their choices. Resilience isn't just about survival. It's about dominating life's challenges and winning no matter what. And when you can do that, you're not just on their mind, you're living rent-free in their head. Number 6. Mindful presence. Let me tell you something that most men will never realize. In today's world, everyone is distracted by their phones, by social media, by everything. Most guys are constantly checking their phones, scrolling through Instagram, or looking for the next dopamine hit, even while they're on a date or talking to someone they supposedly care about. But you're different. You're the man who puts the phone down, looks them in the eye, and is fully present in the moment. You make them feel like they are the only person in the room. Most men don't get it. They think multitasking is the way to go. They think women are impressed by busy guys who are constantly connected. But the truth is, when you give someone your full attention, when you're truly engaged in a conversation, you become someone they can't forget. Most men can't compete with that, and that's why it's so powerful. Imagine being on a date where your girl feels like she's the center of your world. She'll walk away from that date and won't be able to stop thinking about how different you are. Why? Because no one else does this anymore. Being fully present is a lost art. You want to stand out? Be the guy who gives his full attention. This works not just in romantic relationships, but in every interaction, at work, with friends, with family. People are starved for attention, and when you're the man who provides it, they won't be able to stop thinking about you. Most guys are too busy trying to prove how important they are by checking their notifications. You prove how important you are by being fully present. That's how you win the game. Number 7. Emotional regulation. Here's the hard truth most men refuse to accept. If you let your emotions control you, you're done. Whether it's in a relationship, at work, or with friends, if you can't keep your cool, you've already lost. Think about it. You've seen guys get into a heated argument with their girlfriend and completely lose it, yelling, throwing things, storming out. And what happens next? They lose all respect. Women, especially, lose attraction fast when a man can't control his emotions. They see it as weakness. The more you react emotionally, the more power you give away. But here's what makes you different. You stay calm. You breathe. You assess the situation. Even when you're pissed, you don't let it show. This isn't about bottling up your feelings. It's about learning how to express them strategically. You don't just lash out in anger, you respond with calculated composure. In a relationship, the guy who can stay cool when things get heated is the guy she'll think about long after the fight is over. Why? Because you're not like other men. You've mastered yourself. Imagine you're in a confrontation at work. Someone's insulting your intelligence, questioning your abilities. Most men would snap back or shut down. But you're calm, composed. You respond with a clear mind, and you make everyone else look foolish. Emotional regulation is about owning every room, every argument, every interaction, because the man who controls his emotions controls the outcome. Master this skill, and you'll never lose again, whether in relationships or life. Number 8. Purposeful action. Most men today are floating through life, reacting to whatever happens. They let circumstances, women, or society dictate how they live. But the men who stand out, the ones who get remembered, are the ones who make purposeful, calculated moves. They don't wait for things to happen. They create opportunities. Every action they take is intentional, aimed at getting closer to their goals. This is the difference between men who succeed and those who don't. Think about relationships. How many guys let their partner dictate how things go? They're constantly on defense, reacting instead of leading. Imagine being the guy who plans the dates, makes decisions, and sets the pace. That's the guy who is in control, and control is attractive. Women respect a man who leads, a man who takes charge. They crave a guy who knows where he's going. And the truth is, when you move with purpose, everyone around you starts to notice. The key to being unforgettable is to stop drifting. Act with intention in everything you do. Whether it's how you handle your career, how you manage your relationships, or how you take care of your body, be the man who makes things happen. Be the man who others look to for direction, because when you're the one guiding the way, you're the one they'll always remember. Purposeful action is about control. It's about deciding your destiny instead of letting others decide it for you. Make every move count, and you'll be the one they think about long after you've left the room. Number 9. Gratitude. Most men today are entitled. They feel like they deserve everything without putting in the work or appreciating the little things they have. But here's what separates the winners from the losers: gratitude. You see, the moment you start genuinely appreciating what you already have, you'll notice a shift in how people treat you, especially in relationships. Women notice when a man values the small things. Think about it. When was the last time you told her you appreciate her effort instead of expecting her to always do more? When you show gratitude, you make others feel valued. And when people feel valued, they want to be around you. But this isn't just about women, it's about everyone in your life. Most guys complain. They whine about how hard their life is, how nothing's going their way. But a man who appreciates the grind, who is thankful for the process of leveling up, is a man people respect. Gratitude shows strength. It shows you're in control of your life, not a victim of it. The man who can look at what he has and say, "This is enough. I'm grateful for what I've built," is the man who gets more. People can smell entitlement from a mile away. But when you express genuine appreciation, you become magnetic. Women, friends, and even business partners will gravitate toward you because you're different. You're not chasing more, you're valuing what's in front of you. That kind of man, unforgettable. Number 10, virtuous living. Here's the harsh truth most men don't want to hear. Your reputation is everything. People will remember how you handle situations when no one's watching. And if you're the type of guy who constantly takes shortcuts, cuts corners, or compromises your values for an easy win, you're the guy they forget. But the man who lives with virtue, who does the hard thing when it would be easier to lie or cheat, that's the man people respect. And here's the kicker: respect equals influence. Imagine this. You're out with friends and everyone's egging you on to lie to your partner or cut a deal under the table at work. Most guys would give in, take the easy route, because it gets them what they want in the short term. But if you're the guy who stands firm, who says, "No, that's not who I am," you're going to command their attention. People will respect you not just for your strength, but because you're living by principles they wish they could live by. In a world that's constantly testing your integrity, the man who stands tall, unshaken, becomes the man everyone remembers. And here's where it gets real. This is the guy women crave. She's not looking for a man who's weak, easily swayed by the crowd. She's looking for the man who does what's right, even when it's hard. That's the kind of power you want. Power that doesn't come from being loud, but from being uncompromising in your values. When you live with integrity, you're untouchable. This is where most men fail. They hear the advice, they understand the power of Stoicism, but they don't act. The truth is, it's not enough to know these 10 Stoic skills. You have to live them. The world is filled with noise and weak men who react emotionally, who crave validation, and who play by the rules society hands them. But that's not you anymore. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, a man who controls his emotions, masters his mind, and commands respect without having to say a word. Imagine walking into a room and feeling the shift. People turn to you, not because you're loud or flashy, but because they can sense your power. The truth is, Stoicism isn't just about self-control. It's about self-mastery. It's about becoming the man they can't stop thinking about, the man who owns every situation, and the man who lives by unshakable values. And let me tell you, when you live like that, people will remember you every single time. Now, here's the reality. Mastering these skills is a journey, and it's one you don't have to take alone. If you're serious about becoming the man they can't forget, hit that subscribe button right now. Better yet, join our channel membership and support the mission. We're building a community of men who refuse to live on autopilot, who want to control their lives with the same Stoic principles that have stood the test of time. Whether you subscribe or join, you're making an investment in yourself, in your power, and in your future.